How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Stand Focused for Jesus. Hope each and every one of you are having a blessed day in the Lord Jesus Christ as always. As always. About to go to the store, Walmart, and the Dollar Tree. Need to pick up a few items. Got to get some AAA batteries, AA batteries that are pretty expensive these days. Unless you get the cheap ones. And that requires me getting in this vehicle and driving a certain direction. Upon me going there, there are many ways for me to get there. There are many ways to get there. But if I'm going to a specific location, sometimes when you go to a specific location, there aren't many ways to get there. There aren't many ways to get there. Have you ever been on a road trip? Of course. Some of you have been on several road trips. And when you go on these road trips, there are multiple ways to get to said destination, right? But ultimately, it's going to lead you to the same highway. The same highway. Now, am I saying there are multiple ways to get to God? Multiple ways to get to heaven? Yes and no. What? Did he just say that? Yes and no? Well, what I mean by there being multiple ways to get to God is what I went through in my life and how I was raised may not be the same in regards to what you went through, how you were raised. You may have been raised up on I-10. I may have been raised up on I-95. You see what I'm saying? But at a certain point, they intersect, they come together, and they're going to lead to the same destination, which is ultimately judgment. Ultimately judgment. Now, ultimately, we know there's only one way to heaven, that's through the Lord Jesus Christ. But we are all on different paths. I'm breaking it down some more. We are all on different paths, but those paths end up on the same road. Rather person ends up going to heaven or rather person ends up going to hell. They still have to meet Christ. They still have to be judged by Christ. But we've taken many road trips. You've taken many road trips. And there are many paths to reach this destination, this said destination. But sometimes there's only one road, one way, one highway that's going to get you to where you need to go. Because you go out this way, it's going to take you in a completely different direction. You go out this way, it's going to take you in a completely different direction. Do you understand what I'm saying? I can go to Walmart, and there are many ways to get there. But it's going to lead me to the same place. If I go out this way, trying to leave the city, it's going to take me in a completely different destination. But if I go this way, out the city, the main way, it's going to take you right there. And what people try to do is they try to climb up another way. They try to find another way. They try to engineer shortcuts. Let's build a road. Let's build a bridge. That's a shortcut to said destination. But the reality of the matter is, there is no shortcut to get to heaven. No matter what walk of life you came from, different paths, as we say, black, white, however you want to put it. There are no shortcuts to get to heaven. Now, others' journeys can be longer, or others' journey can be shorter. It may take you 10 hours to get somewhere, where somebody else, it takes them 9 hours or 8 hours. Maybe they don't have as much baggage. Maybe don't have to make as many frequent stops as some people do for different reasons. But y'all still going to the same place, right? We still going to the same place, right? Are we understanding? Christ is the only way. And there is no shortcut to get to him. The journey can be longer or it can be shorter. You can make it harder than what it is, or you can make it easier than, what it is. Because wisdom is supposed to make things easier, but sometimes wisdom makes things harder because you have insight. But it makes it easier. It makes it that much more easier to do the right thing. I say that. Having wisdom doesn't always make it easy to make the decision you have to make, because there's so many different pieces and moving pieces. But wisdom and understanding does make the decision easier in regards to doing what's right. I will say that. And there are no shortcuts. Now, you can try to take those shortcuts. You can try to manufacture those shortcuts. You're still going to end up in the same place. But you're not going to be greeted with welcome arms. If I have a property and you're coming to my property and you come up through the backyard, hey, you know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? But if you come to the front door, I see you pull up, you knock on the door, you tell me hey, I'm so many minutes away, I'm outside looking for you, but if you ain't let me know nothing, you creep into the backyard and you don't know I got these traps back there or the boogeyman back there. I'm just saying. I might got dogs, I might got bears, and you back there creeping trying to come in another way. Then what do you expect to happen? What do you expect to happen when you are trying to take shortcuts, not only in getting to heaven, because eventually heaven will be on earth. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is what? In heaven. You're also taking shortcuts in every single thing. You're taking shortcuts with relationships. You're taking shortcuts with your life. You're taking shortcuts with your decision making. You're taking shortcuts with your family, your job, your career. Now, if there's a way to get to your destination faster, more effectively, and it's still safe, then of course, when you're making shortcuts that just don't make any sense, and you're putting your life in danger even more and the life of others in danger even more, that's the problem. Not necessarily you're on a destination, you're going to a destination, you're like, hey, we can cut up through here, this little side road, I know a little restaurant we can stop at, then boom, boom, it's going to take us here because traffic is backed up, so we just shoot through here and we'll save a little bit of time. Cool, nothing wrong with that. But you talking about, yeah, we're going to cut through here and this and that, we're just going to make something because you got ulterior motives. That's the issue if you understand the parable that I am speaking. Stop taking shortcuts in life. Now, I'm speaking as one that has been there. I'm speaking as one that has been there. You ever realize that when you think about what I'm speaking about through the Spirit, when you want to take shortcuts when it comes to the gospel or take shortcuts to a lot of things, you know what it is? It's a lack of patience, most of the time. And what does the word tell us about patience? To let patience have her perfect work in us. And I've learned that. And I continue to learn it. It's not always a lesson that you wanna go through. Nobody wants to go to, I just use this for argument's sake, or use it as an example. Nobody wants to go to a doctor's office. They have an appointment at 10:30, and they sit there to 11:30. You go in and you check in, and you're sitting there. You're like, dang. You see other people going in and out. You're like, dang. Excuse me, ma'am. Oh, we got you. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody really wants to be patient. Let's just be real. We want it right now. We want it when we want it how we want it. I don't necessarily, let me make sure I explain this right. Everything that I've gone through with this house, I don't necessarily want to go through it. My flesh doesn't want to go through it. But I've went through it because my flesh is not in control. My spirit is in control. My spirit is in control through the Spirit of the Lord Jesus Christ. And because the only reason I've been able to go is, the only reason I've been able to make it through everything that I've been subjected to, all these trials and tribulations, and some of you know them, and you already know, you're like, what? Is being obedient to patience. Listen to what I just said. Is being obedient to patience. Patience is telling me to be patient. Patience tells you to be patient. Faint not. For in what? Due season? You see what I'm saying? Patience sees your impatience, like, hey, calm down, some things you don't understand now, hey. You trust him, I trust him. Patience trusts the Lord because patience is patient with the Lord. Patience is subject to the Lord because patience has to be patient and wait on God to do what he gonna do. I think I'm gonna drive on that one. I think I'm gonna drive on that one. Y'all excuse my little squeaky car. Patience has to wait on God. Patience has to be patient to God. Patience is like, hey, you want me to make a move yet? Want me to do this? God is like, patience, be patient. Patience, be patient. I'm gonna do this. Boom, boom, boom. You just wait. You just do what you do. You know what patience says? Patience says, yes, sir. Yes, my Lord. That's how we gotta be. We don't always be like that. Let's just be real. It's not the easiest thing. You know why it's not the easiest thing? Because it's not supposed to be easy. Many are called, but few are chosen. It's not supposed to be easy. How many are going to heaven? Not a lot. We just said it. Many are called, but few are chosen, right? You know why? Because people don't have the patience. They don't have the patience to wait until they die. They don't have the patience to wait until Christ comes back. Go. Yeah, buddy, little car be getting somewhere, don't it? It's Mazda 626. They don't even make Mazda 626s no more. But y'all know what these cars are, Mazdas. People don't have the patience to wait on the Lord, to wait to get into the pearly gates of heaven. They got the patience for everything else. They got the patience to wait out that woman or wait out that man so they can get that booty, so they can get whatever they're trying to get from that person. They got the patience for that. They got the patience for their career, for school, all these other things. They got patience to build their credit so they can get that house or get that car that they want. They got the patience so they can get that retirement, their 401k, them benefits. They got the patience to do all this time in the military, 20 years or whatever, so they can retire and get a check for the rest of their life. They got patience for that. But they don't have patience in regards to things that really matter. They don't have patience in regards to spiritual things. They don't have patience in regards to the gospel, even though God has been so patient with us. It continues to be so patient with us. Do you not see what's going on in the world? Come on, buddy. Get over there. Do you not see what's going on in the world? Because I do. I do. And I'll be like, good Lord, it's crazy out here. It's crazy out here. And what did God tell us? What did the Most High tell us? That He is long suffering. He is long suffering to the vessels of wrath, the vessels of dishonor, so we can see how long suffering He is. Because if God was not long suffering, not only would this world have been wiped out, but many of us would have been wiped out. Let's just be real. Let's just be real. And so therefore we reflect on His long suffering. We don't take His long suffering for granted. We don't take His grace for granted, because it is His grace that is tied in with His long suffering. For us to be here today, for me to be here speaking the message that I'm speaking today. Because if it wasn't, I'd be, I don't even like thinking about it sometimes. Every time I think about it, it makes me want to cry. I'm just being real. I'm just being real. I took those shortcuts in life. I stopped taking those shortcuts. Did things the right way. And look where it got me. I got a beautiful wife. Got 2 children. Some of you may say, well, I don't have all that. Everybody's different. You may not have it now, but what about later? Are you still going to be patient? You don't have it now. There are many things that some of you have that I don't have. That I, you know what I'm saying? You could say that I would want. I would desire. So am I going to say, oh, I ain't got that. You got this and I ain't got it. So let me stop being patient. Let me just give up. No. I'm grateful for what I have, and whatever the Lord decides to give me, I'm grateful. When He doesn't give me, I'm grateful too. And that's who you have to be. Stop taking those shortcuts. I took those shortcuts, not only in relationships, but in life as a whole. In life as a whole. Making and selling counterfeit money, doing all that crazy stuff. And every time I think about it, it eats me up inside. Eats me up. Because I look where I'm at now in life, and I think about how far I could have been along right now if I had the right guidance. But who knows? Maybe it could have been worse for me. If I had the mindset I have now, and I had that mindset back then, and I had true guidance, oh my God. But I ain't gonna hold y'all up. It was nice talking to y'all. It's always a pleasure to fellowship with y'all, rather it's on these videos or rather it's in person. But with that being said, God bless each and every one of you. Excuse me, in Jesus Christ's name, as always, stay focused for Jesus. And as you know, the truth is not debated.